This video is an introduction to inequalities. First, let's understand what an inequality is. An inequality is a mathematical statement that compares two quantities using an inequality symbol. And here are some examples. A is less than 25. The inequality symbol is the less than sign, and this statement says that the value of A is less than 25. T is less than or equal to 15 degrees. All right, so it's comparing two quantities with an inequality symbol, less than or equal to. A is greater than 100 square feet, so this is also an inequality symbol for greater than. Then D is greater than or equal to 10 miles. Okay, so this is the inequality symbol again. And finally, an inequality symbol that we won't use too much, but we should mention, not equal to. So this says x is not equal to the square root of 2. So in this case, that could mean that x is anything else. Now, here's how to write inequalities from a statement. First, the temperature will be more than 90 degrees today. So what we do is we select a variable. It doesn't really matter which letter, but in this case, t would be a logical choice. And we write that t is more than 90 degrees. So we would write that as t is greater than 90. The second one, you can be no less than 48 inches tall to go on this roller coaster. So let's think about that. No less than. Can't be 47, because that is less than. Can't be 46. No. Could it be 48? Yes, because 48 is not less than 48. Could it be 49? Well, sure, because 49 is no less than 48. So this looks like a greater than, and we'll write that like this. H, your height, is greater than or equal to 48, because it could be 48 or it could be more. You have less than $150 in your account. Let's use the symbol B for balance to say how much there is in your account, and we would write B is less than 150. And finally, this is one that you can use at the airport, your bag can weigh no more than 50 pounds. No more means less than or equal to, so the weight must be less than or equal to 50 pounds. Next, we'll look at how to graph inequalities. When we say the temperature is more than 90 degrees today, well, we look at a graph here, and we'll draw a line that will indicate 90 degrees. Now, according to this inequality, it can't be 90 degrees, so we leave a hole there. But it can be any temperature that's more than 90 degrees. So we shade the part of the number line where the numbers are more than 90. Next, the height is greater than or equal to 48. So we'll locate 48 on this number line. Now we realized that the height could be 48, so we'll make a dot to indicate that it could be 48. And then we color in to the right to indicate that it's greater. Next, you have less than $150 in your account. So we'll locate $150 on the number line. And it says less than, so it can't be 150. So you put a circle there, and then shade to the left to indicate less than. And then finally, your bag can weigh no more than 50 pounds. Well, this is an inequality for less than. Right? So since it could weigh 50 pounds, we'll color that in, and then we'll shade to the left. So the rule is that we use a dot for less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, and we use an open circle for less than or greater than. Now, let's look at how to write inequalities from a graph. Remember first that less is to the left, more is to the right. So, if we look at this inequality, 15 is the boundary point, so there's going to be a 15 there. And the inequality goes to the left, so this is less. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pick a variable, and in this case, let's pick x. We'll then ask, is it less than or greater than? Well, this is to the left, so it's less. And is it equal or not equal? Well, there's a circle and not a dot, so this is strictly less than. Okay? And what's the number? 15. So there's our inequality. X is less than 15. For the second example, we'll pick a variable. So this time we'll use z. The arrow is indicating more than or greater than. And there's a dot, so it could also be equal. So this will be greater than or equal to, and then 1/2. There's the 1/2. Z is greater than or equal to 1/2. For negative 350 on this number line and the arrow to the left, this means that the value could be negative 350 or less. We'll pick a variable, v, and we'll note that this is a less than since it goes to the left, and it's a dot, means it could also be equal, so it's less than or equal to negative 350. And finally, we have a circle at negative 8, and the line moves to the left, so it is a less than. We'll take a variable t. We know that it's going to be strictly less than since there's an open circle, and negative 8, and there we go. The solution of an inequality is any number that makes the inequality true. So we'll take a look at the first one. T is greater than 90. So the solution of this inequality is any number that we can substitute for t that will make the inequality true. So first we'll test 95. 95 is greater than 90. Well, that's true, so this is a solution. Next, let's try the number 100. 100 is greater than 90, so 100 is a solution. Next, let's take a look at exactly 90. 90 is greater than 90. Well, that's not true, so 90 is not a solution. Now let's look at 80. Is 80 greater than 90? Nope, so 80 is not a solution. H is greater than or equal to 48. We'll take a look at our first number, 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 48? Nope, so that's not a solution. How about 48? Is 48 greater than or equal to 48? Yes. It doesn't have to be both greater than and equal to. It has to be either one, either greater than or equal to. So 48 is equal to 48. So 48 is a solution of this inequality. How about the number 48.1? 48.1 is greater than or equal to 48. Well, it is greater than, so that would be a solution. And finally, 60. Is 60 greater than or equal to 48? Well, yes, it is. So 60 is a solution. Third one, b is less than 150. Is 150 less than 150? Nope, not a solution. 142.7, is that less than 150? Yep, so it's a solution. How about 35? Yeah, 35 is less than 150. And how about 4,000? Is 4,000 less than 150? Nope, so it is not a solution. Finally, is 8 less than or equal to 50? Yes, it is. Is 50 less than or equal to 50? Yes, it is. So these both are solutions. Is 51.4 less than or equal to 50? Nope, it's not. And is 49.9 less than or equal to 50? Yes, it is, so that is a solution as well. This table summarizes some of the ways we express inequalities in English. For instance, in the first column, less than can be expressed by things like smaller than or lower than. So we say smaller than 5 feet, or lower than 10 degrees, shorter than 6'3", colder than 10 degrees, etc. Less than or equal to, we would say something like blank or less. You must be 4 feet or less to go on this ride. The bag must weigh 50 pounds or less. So it could be equal to, but it could also be less. Other ways of saying less than or equal to are things like no bigger than 50 pounds, no bigger than 4 feet, no higher than 82 stories, etc. Greater than can be expressed in some of these ways. Bigger than something, higher than some number, taller than. So they've got to be taller. They can't be equal. So those are greater than. And then greater than or equal to could be things like 50 feet or more, 50 pounds or more, 80 degrees or more. But it could also be no smaller than, no lower than, no shorter than, no colder than, etc. If you look at the bottom of each column, we can see how those inequalities would be expressed on a number line. So in the first column, less than would be a circle and an arrow to the left. Less than or equal to would be a dot and an arrow to the left. Greater than is a circle and arrow to the right. And greater than or equal to is a dot and arrow to the right.